Bienvenue à public, je suis Lembowski. Excusez mon français. J'ai beaucoup nos amis canadiens. C'est sont chez eux. What's up, everybody? It's Lambowski, IVRL Season 1, Week 2, Nordique, Tactique versus the Vainqueurs. You're gonna hear me try my best to throw a little Quebecois into tonight's match, just because. If my accent is not working with it, I'm sorry. I feel like it sounds good to me because obviously it's my attempt at a poor attempt, I'm sure, at a Quebecois accent, just to maybe touch the hearts of a lot of the players that's in tonight's match. Both teams having a lot of Quebecois in the ranks, but yeah, so I'm not gonna burden y'all to listen to it the entire night, so I'll just here and there. I've worked on a couple phrases. I had a couple people help me out in the caster chat. They probably wanted to hear me embarrass myself, but as I ramble on, we are currently just waiting for the lobby to fill up. We are on Snow Peak. I gave you 2 pics of it because it's a glorious tank to look at, sorry, but the second map has not been told to me so far, but no big deal because we've got a couple rounds of frosty snow to play in before we deal with whatever goes on later. Tonight we've got Captain Lardex's crew versus, I don't want to take a chance and stab at whoever's the captain on that team because I didn't look it up. I'm sorry, I think it's below, but I could be wrong. Anyways, while we are waiting on this 5th member and I try to ready up some more Quebecois, let's take a brief intermission. We'll be right back. And we are back. Lambowski, Nordique Tactique, the Vainqueurs, IVRL Season 1, Week 2. We've got a full lobby now on Snow Peak, the first map, and we are joined in by the Vainqueurs captain, Chawi. That's who I was waiting on. That's why I didn't know who it was, because I didn't recognize seeing the name that was given to me earlier. So I apologize, Chawi. But we are going to be on round 1 here soon, as soon as the teams both make their strategies intent, get it drawn out on the map, erase it. You don't want to leave behind any evidence. And we've got the southeast center little shelter OBJ, hut OBJ, shack OBJ, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a shelter because, unless I'm mistaken, those walls are still penetrable, or was anyways last time I played Snow Peak. Because if you're hiding in there, you may as well just, depending on who comes around the corner on you, some may have the ammo to waste and just light that shack up, and if you're in there, you're done for. But well, I guess unless you're hiding behind the barrels and just get lucky. But this can be a exciting OBJ. Sorry, I'm just flying around getting a look at my bearings. This can be an exciting OBJ. A lot of maybe last second pushes have been seen, as well as a lot of early pushes, just because, I mean, sometimes with the layout of the land, it's more of a, you would expect a long push because there's just all those alleyways. Looking away from the OBJ, that it would be tough to just run in on it. You see what I'm saying? All these angles, these ravines, it's long stretches of land before you can really get up close to the OBJ and cap, and you're not behind cover unless you've got utility, smokes, what have you. So we'll see what Nordique Tactique can throw together for round one. Mard. I've got a list of Quebecois in front of me trying to rattle them off for the folks. Oh man. I was really hoping that they were going to be starting here a little bit sooner once they filled up 5v5. They put me on the spot to continue to try to ramble and entertain. Hopefully they won't take too long before I have to put into another intermission to think of more things to say in front of people. This being week 2, I am excited to continue casting, continue to get more casts going, as well as get a little bit more than I did last week. So if you are in the audience, a part of the IVRL experience, just get your teams scheduled, get your matches scheduled, and you might be soon rewatching yourself with some goofy redneck talking over top of you. Aqua. If anybody's catching these in chat, let me know. Apparently Fakwa means so. Could be wrong, I'm just going by what I've YouTubed and Googled today. Oh man. Alright, well, anyways, we'll go back to an intermission while they figure out what they want to do, and we'll bring you right back to the action as soon as they are in the match. As I said, we'll get back. They're gonna have to realize they only started in with 4. I don't guess the round reset's gonna go out.
I've never been to this tank spot before, so.
Unless they had planned on it, the Vainqueurs is starting round 1, 5v4. Maybe not noticing the round reset was needed, or maybe it was on purpose. Who knows? But Nordique Tactique getting the north hangar spawn, looking to do, looks like a 2-3 push so far, with just be kind of in the middle of both duos. Wow, the Vainqueurs are really spread out on this defense. Got a Shinobi off to the west, and OKM Blue sitting in tunnels. Mouth the tunnel anyways. Nordique, at least the duo of Lardax and Luton, is taking their time, while Peace Seller and the boys are looking to move up, inching their way through the tunnel area. Let's get an eye on Destroyer and Let's see the 5th here. I'm sorry. Just Pete. I knew that. Doesn't appear to be any action anytime soon unless somebody's starting to cross Okay and Blue's line anytime soon. Let's get some laser out. There we go. That's what we needed. Lardax. Blue is watching the tunnel towards Destroyer and Just Pete, but it just really depends on if they decide to come down this way or continue to head further south, southeast into garage area, which Okay and Blue with a desk pop, but as I was getting ready to say, they will deal with Belu in a little bit, but it looks like Peace Seller. We have possible action between Shinobi and Luton. Luton actually getting shots out as I say it. Shinobi with call out. Blue finding Peace Seller. Gotta get that camera fixed now that I've got action over here. Chawi finding Luton. Lardax. Oh, Shinobi. If would have just held the line for just another second, would have found Lardax. Might still find Lardax. Rotating completely around. Lardax probably isn't aware of the rotation. Shinobi just has to peek out and is not going to. Gonna rotate back towards the original position. Chawi finding Lardax. Just Pete and Destroyer now in garage. Gonna have to face, as I get stuck on the tank, have to face a 5-man defense of Vainqueurs. The best thing for Nordique currently is that both their team members left alive are together, but there is only 2 of them, and the problem is that they are together. At least they can work together, but they're going to be easier to stop once this push is pointed out by possibly Below. Now Just Pete giving the call outs himself with shots out on Below. Belu finding Just Pete. Might find Destroyer, as he does, trading with Destroyer, but Belu only going down. Vainqueurs taking a pretty commanding round 1 victory on Snow Peak. Pretty convincing round. Yeah, pretty convincing round. I was a little concerned for him when they started the round with the 4v5 and didn't reset. I still wouldn't be able to tell you whether or not they realized that or not. But a very good round by Vainqueurs. Nordique just unable to find the shots. Really, Chawi's position in the center there behind the hills, able to protect Shinobi from the oncoming shots. Shinobi getting the call out, and then Chawi landing those shots on Lardax and Luton. Really turn the tides for the defense, just because you cut off that one side, you've only got, I mean, unless they're all together, but for them, fortunately for them, Nordique was spread out and they were able to just kind of cut off one arm and deal with the other. But we'll see if Nordique can muster up a better Volk round than they could for their first Marsoc round. As the drop was, I believe, Jay Delicious. He is back, and we are rocking a full 5v5 once again, and we are getting back into round 2, Snow Peak IVRL Season 1, Week 2.
On pique pas pour rien, lui, surtout qu'il nous voit, il nous tire dessus. On va essayer de garder ça. Commencer d'habitude. On va essayer. Ouais, au moins.
Avec un bon sex on the beach puis un bon jack au miel, là, on peut faire bien.
Shinobi finding loot in the distance as I was trying to switch. Peace Sellers trying to get the refrag, but does not connect. Nordique this time, starting with a 5v4 as well. Just now catching that. Shinobi getting these shots last, but
On a déjà perdu un.
Bunker.
let's see if we can't find Jay Delicious and OKM Blue. Center just south of Lake, looking to possibly start putting pressure on this offense. Belu finding Blue, only downing thankfully. Jay Delicious needs to be careful because Peace Seller does have a line close by. Not necessarily going to find him anytime soon unless they get too pushy around this berm here, hillside, cliff, mountain, whatever you would like to call it. As OKM Blue is getting up to sandbags, just very close to Destroyer and Peace Seller's position, while the rest of the team is circling around.
Dude.
Probably getting shots out, but I don't know exactly where those shots would have been at. Shinobi looking to time this now with Blue. Peace Seller needs to be careful moving around too much. May be able to instead peeks out and finds Blue. As I was getting ready to say, Peace Seller needs to be careful as Blue will be able to soon see his noggin. Jay Delicious shielded by the smoke, unable to get this refrag. Shinobi behind me finding Lardax, I believe in the no, just behind the shack there. But the last two remaining defenders behind Hesco's and plenty of Vainqueurs around to get a possible cap. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to take... Velo's calling for cap. Shinobi. Destroyer. Oh, no. Chawi. Buying Destroyer. ST. Chawi, unfortunately for the Vainqueurs, finding the remaining member of the Nordique Tactique defense as Shinobi was putting in the code. Velo had the right idea though. Velo. If I'm butchering that name, I really apologize. QC was getting the call out to Cap. Go ahead and Cap. But Chawi, I guess, was not close enough to get that call out. And still got the win, but 1 to 2 points. I mean, that difference does make a difference. But Banoosh. We'll see if Nordique can now turn it right back around. They've lost their first two rounds and goes at the shack OBJ. It looks like we're going into the tunnels for the next, and let's see if some CQB for Nordique can pull through and get their first round win, or Vainqueurs are going to continue to Vainqueur the opposition. Vainqueur, like Conqueror, I don't know. I was trying. It happens. Can't always win them. Wow. I continue to talk. Let's fly on into the OBJ with this super sonic drone. And they're getting back into it. Thankfully.
Oui.
Alex,
that's it.
Ouais.
T'aimerais ça que je sois ton père, hein? Je le sais, je le sais.
Oh oui.
Hey.
But finally, now into round 3, we are getting our first full 5v5. Both teams experiencing their own drops of some sort, unfortunately. Looks like we're gonna have another spread out defense. Destroyer finding Blue. The only issue with these tunnels, it's so hard unless you just absolutely know where
Echo cap.
your cameras need to be set up at. It's hard to catch these potential positions where you're gonna find all the action at that point. I mean, you're clicking the last gun button to find the guy, and he's most likely at CQB range and already taking out the opposition or been taken out. Belu getting the flash out, possibly got Luton, but Luton took care of Belu before the flash
Echo 3.
took his eyes. Got a Shinobi in the tunnel, opposite end of J-Licious. Chawi finding Destroyer right in front of Peace Seller.
One down.
Vainqueurs and Nordique now down to a 4v3. Peace Seller is yet to cross. Chawi still watching the line. Flash comes out first. I believe did not get Chawi as Chawi
Two down, two down.
times it well and takes care of Destroyer coming in.
Echo 3, Bravo 3.
Just Pete with a call out that I would not be able to tell you. Luton looking for a pause. Chawi, Shinobi, and J2Licious now looking to kind of sink in on the OBJ maybe. Chawi now sitting in mid-tunnel. Luton and Pete still taking their time. Chawi with the hand signal. Lardax. Coming from north end. We'll deal with J-Licious soon. Just Pete. Starting to get very close for the opening of tunnel. We'll deal with Chawi's line. Luton, however, is what I thought was in the right tunnel, is currently just outside. Captain Lardax now inside tunnel in front of no cover if J2Licious sees this first. Lardax very suspicious that somebody is there. Has to be careful now. Once again, he has no cover. J2Licious has the box. Movement may have just gave up J2Licious' position. I'm not sure what just happened. Shots out by Chawi, finding Just Pete and confirming.
One down.
J2Licious just back in time, but not gonna help as Lardax downing J2Licious.
Yo, that's a teammate.
Shinobi almost getting the TK. Luton walking out in front of Shinobi. Vainqueurs taking the third round in a pretty peculiar fashion at the end there. J2Licious, I'm not entirely sure. I guess the Guardian crapped out on him. I'm not really sure. I've not seen what happens like that in a cast to be like, he just dropped dead. But J2Licious coming right back in front of Lardax's gun barrel, unfortunately, and then Chawi getting the refract. But full 5v5, just pick for pick for pick for pick. First there was 2 down for the defense, and then they were to work their way back with just solid, hold tight defense. And that is putting the Vainqueurs up 3-0, going back on Marsoc to attempt their offensive push towards Tunnel OBJ. We'll see how it goes for them, and we'll see if Nordique can possibly use these boxes that they had to fight against for cover this time and hunker down and get themselves a round win on Snow Peak, and we'll see how it goes from there. But trying to look and see where I can throw in another Quebecois. I don't see one right now. Hope everybody is doing well tonight. And as I was getting ready to ramble, they saved me. Welcome back to IVRL Season 1, Week 2, the Vainqueurs, Nordique Tactique, Round 4.
Tu quelqu'un qui va à l'autre bout là-bas?
Moi, je cours là, à gauche, mettons. Là. À la même place qu'on était.
Ben ouais, exactement. 85.
c'est bon.
It doesn't matter what language it is, what accent, whatever. If it's not one that I hear a lot, I love hearing it. I absolutely love hearing it. It's fun for me. Nordique Tactique from the get-go. Oh no, Nordique Tactique from the get-go having 3 men in the tunnel. I'm not sure if Luton will continue to push north, but as it appears currently, the Vainqueurs maybe sending 2 north in Chawi and Velu out by Lake,
Ah, ça me surprendrait.
continuing to head north, and might deal with Luton soon.
Ok, vas-y. Tu peux push. Ouais. Moi j'ai essayé. Ouais.
Shinobi. Oh, a flash out. Definitely caught Shinobi. Shinobi able to run blind into the hallway. Very good run by Shinobi. J2licious not blind and able to find. I can't even think of it now. I'm sorry. Able to find the defensive member of Nordique Tactique as they pushed out to clean up their flash kill. Because I'm definitely certain they heard Shinobi running away, exclaiming, "Chalice, Chalice!" Just Pete finding Peace Seller for the TK.
Calice.
Ah, Chalice! I told you! I told you! Oh, yeah. Got a Shinobi. Down now in tunnel. Lots of shots going towards tunnel, but will Just Pete and Lardax be waiting for this? Luton finding OK Blue. Shinobi finding Luton. Shinobi getting pushed up now behind the box. Can cap. Find Just Pete. Captain Lardax, all that's left on defense, and Chawi once again taking another cap from God of Shinobi. A very good push by the Vainqueurs. A solid hold in terms of position for Nordique, but unfortunately they were unable to pull through, and it comes to TK possibly allowing that original push to happen. But as he said, Calice. It happens. TK's our thing, especially in virtual reality and onward. These things happen. I TK a lot and I get TK'd a lot. It is what it is. But I'm certain Nordique can push back from this and continue to get better each round as they have been, and possibly get now their Marsoc round. Possibly gonna get a cap on this one. Who knows? As we are going to the North Hangar OBJ. Let me go get a camera out there as we wait. No, where is? There we go. I can just step flying through the tunnel. And this is a fun OBJ because I mean it's not necessarily super capable unless you just overwhelm the defense with. It's got to be a solid rotation, a solid surrounding, and a solid push if you're gonna be able to cap on them soon and quick. But obviously, mistakes can happen from the defense if Vainqueurs was to, as they've shown so far, go far away from the OBJ. That all it takes is 1 or 2 shots in an avenue, and then you've got a cap on your hands. But we'll see how it goes as we're getting back into round number 5. Vainqueurs versus Nordique Tactique.
Tunnel. Checker le code pour la forme, là.
Good. Bien, j'ai repris ça.
Merci.
Ah, je l'ai vu là.
I have to check these stats. Chawi with an 8-0 so far. As I said, we've only got 2 members doing it so far, but 2 members of the Vainqueurs really pushing out from
Coming
defense.
from the southeast.
Okay, and Blue being the other one besides Chawi. Blue finding the first member of Nordique, pushing Lardax back from his original position before the shots. The destroyer is getting shots out across the lake. Possibly have seen Shinobi moving somewhere, but at that current line is not going to find anybody. Chawi would have heard shots from this direction. I'm wondering if he's going to get as aggressive as he is and continue to push around, but I did not even see Just Pete and Luton has rotated completely past Chawi, finding destroyer. Captain Lardax going down to Blue over by the lake. Now down to 2 members of Nordique, who may surprise the defense if Chawi was not aware of this western push. It's going to be a hard advancement on this northwest side around the cliff and north side of this lake into the OBJ, especially with Chawi and Blue. Possibly some time in the near future, if they rotate back towards the OBJ, we'll definitely see any push on this side of the lake. The tan on white is a bit of a difference. Luton seeing movement out with Blue.
Regarde tout ce que je pointe, là. Il y en a deux.
Blue seeing Just Pete's movement, trying to get lines through those trees. Just Pete finding Blue.
What?
Taking the first member of Vainqueurs in round number 5.
Ouais, ils savent on est où. Lâche out.
I'm wondering if Chawi's rotation around this hillside here and this look, and it's gonna find Luton. Just Pete, just before his eventual death, jumps off the hillside and is now pushing hard and fast. Gets stuck behind a wall. Gonna deal with Baloo soon. Just Pete really backing up and hiding. Very good play by Just Pete so far. Probably the best chance for, Mike. Finds Baloo. Needs to be careful of Shinobi as Shinobi pushes out from the OBJ, taking round number 5 and the first map of Snow Peak. Chez Plat. No big deal. We'll see if Nordique can pick it up for map number 2 and get their first win of the night tonight. They can still come back and get this tie at least, I know, because it's been done, you know. You can go 5-0 and you can go 0-5. It happens. We'll see what happens for map number 2 and where we go, actually, because I'm gonna have to wait for the rehost to find out myself. Let's get the scoreboard correct and take a quick little intermission, get the rehost, and get you back into map number 2. Again, this is Lambowski with IVRL Season 1, Week 2, Nordique Tactique versus the Vainqueurs. We'll see you in a little bit. And welcome back, everybody. It is Lambowski, now joined by Craftomic.
What's up, guys?
We are on Downfall for the second map. Nordique Tactique versus the Vainqueurs. We'll see if the Nordique can reverse this 0-5 and go 5-0 on Downfall. Both equally a large, expansive map, but one in the different type of environment, really. I mean, you've got cold snow, and now you got the beating hot, sweating sand to deal with. So, but Craftomic joining in. How you doing, bud?
Doing great. How about you, man?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Just sweating and hanging out, and you know, trying to. I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's been going on. I've been throwing out a little bit of Quebecois, some Quebecoisms, whatever you would want to call them. And
yeah, I'll give you points for effort on that.
Effort, anyways. As far as efficiency on the accent, I'm sorry, I don't know if that'd be something I could probably grade very well, but it is what it is.
I'll make sure you get it right, man. Don't worry.
You've got a pretty good Quebecois accent on you, do you?
I'm casting from Quebec right now, man.
I'm about to spit my drink up. That's funny. That is funny. You should have told me that first before I made a hold on, I got one for this. Where is it at? I made a pro deco of myself. Am I right?
Coup de cul.
Say it again.
Coup de cul.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, I knew I was going for it, but obviously not successfully. But it is what it is. I'm trying to become a distinguished man instead of just a man of the hills.
I mean, at least you tried, you know.
I'm trying.
It's always a good start.
Yeah. It's all you can do, right? If you can't do your best, at least you try.
Yeah. Wait, if you can't do your best, wait a minute.
If you can't do your best, like you can't do your best every time. Sometimes, I mean, you gotta have a little left, or you gotta have like a tank. You know what I mean? Everybody's got a tank. Eventually, you can't do your best every time. You start falling down. You know, sometimes I don't know. Don't call me out on this stuff, bud. Listen, you come in out of nowhere. You come out of left field. Hey, man, you want to co-cast? And you start just trouncing me, Crafts. Come on, bruh. Come on,
okay,
man.
I love you too, buddy.
Yeah. Man, they're taking way too long. What is your thoughts on Downfall? How do you play it? What do you do?
Well, this is quick spawn OBJ, so I think the teams have one of two options offered to them. If they get the quick spawn, they could either decide to exploit it or they could sit back.
Right.
Which they won't. They'll get the Marksock twin spawn. We'll see how this one goes. 5 players on each side. Looks good.
Yeah, thankfully 5 on each side. We had I believe it was the first 2 rounds where both experienced a drop of some sort facing a 4v5, but obviously both ended up going for Vainqueurs.
Yeah, there's always a little bit of a yes moment in Onward when you see there's 5 people on each team. Like,
right. Connection is a thing.
About to get some action over on Cam 1.
Yeah, following Shinobi and J Delicious in the South Ravine. Destroyer finding J Delicious through the window of White House. Rotating to find Shinobi, hearing the footsteps. Shinobi now watching Destroyer's original window. And does.
Nice headshot by Shinobi there, taking out Destroyer.
Kind it up.
Lardax might have a sneaky angle onto whoever wants to show up next.
Charlie is in the window with a pistol and a tablet. I've not seen that before, given like a little helmet on a stick play from the trenches. Shots ringing out from both teams. Shinobi in the south. Furthest member of Vainqueurs up to the OBJ, while Blue, Velu, and Chawi are at Marsock's. Captain Lardax now taking out that south position of Shinobi.
Vainqueurs not taking up a lot of ground here. They're focusing really on the south side and the Marsock twins, where there, they can take up an enormous part of the map if they decided to move around there. Go north side a little bit more.
Essaye de bouger en même temps, gros. Essaye de
It
bouger
is.
en même temps.
Sorry, listen to QC here. It is as you said, a very southern presence by Vainqueurs the entire time, really. Chyway finding Lardax now, softening that defense, but it's still pretty tight on that OBJ with Peace Seller and Just Pete sitting in the building.
Ouais, c'est bon.
And again, if Peace Seller manages to go down, that's going to be a fairly weak southern defense. That's a tough spot to take care of. Peace Seller having quite a few options from that window into what he wants to do.
Peace Seller might find OK and Blue through the window. Just has a tiny little spot for Blue to be able to get picked from.
They were those smokes were called as a diversion and not an actual tactic. Probably baiting out shots onto Vayu.
Yeah, to get eyes off of Blue.
7-8-38.
That's at least what they called them as.
Oh, I gotcha. It does help that you at least understand what they're saying.
So going for the repeat.
Now all of Vainqueurs now in this southern spot of the ravine,
En face de nous autres.
really trying to put it to Peace Seller through the window. Lines.
Me calling for a push,
Ok, attends,
but
petit flash.
nobody's going out on that. He could just press Seller as one of the other pushes, but that won't matter as Peace Seller dies.
Now very soft on the defense, as you were calling out earlier, Peace Seller being that real southern spot for the OBJ. Just Pete is, however, outside in shack waiting for the push for the cap. Can you cap from behind the rocks there?
You can cap from behind the rock, or I believe even in the basement there. Where
Oh, what she's doing. Okay, Blue. Gonna
There we
take
go,
round number 1.
Oh yeah, there we go. Great play by Vainqueurs, taking those 2 points early off. Really hurts the opposing team. You know, it hurts score-wise to lose those 2 points, but it's a massive hit to morale.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's tough to deal with the original 0-5 and then to lose that cap on the first round of the second map. It's tough. It's tough.
If you
Good.
win or lose just lose 1 point, you know, you feel like you're still in it. You feel like you can still come back.
Right.
But just getting to 2 points there kind of cuts their legs off.
Yeah. But yeah, because you can tie it with 6, I believe. Depending on which side of the hint you start on it. I don't know how the math adds up going back, like if you can get 2 with Volk or not Volk, 2 with Marsoc and then the 1 with Volk, adding up to get a 6 or however many points with this new format. I think
I
you
think you can get 6 at any point.
right. You can
just
tie it
need
at
a-
6, but the moment they get the 2, as you were calling out, yeah, it's pretty much that is going to be the match for Vainqueurs. Obviously, there's going to be more to play, but unfortunately, Nordique Tactique cannot fight for a tie or a win at this point.
Let's see. At least if they can get a couple rounds on the board, you know, it feels better. Sets
Yeah.
you off into next week on a better foot, and doesn't feel like you completely wasted your time
Right.
that week.
Right. Well, and there's always something to watch back and just work on. You can see maybe why didn't this round work? Why didn't that defense work? Why this? Why that? You know what I mean? And maybe if anything, they'll come back stronger after this week.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's always you win or you learn, and Nordique Tactique are going to be learning a lot this week.
You know, you say you win and you learn, or win or you learn. You would think I've learned a lot, but I cannot say I have. These are getting very long distance shots out, but not connecting.
Fairly standard defense, except for OKM pushing out here onto the Twins. Might have some shots onto unsuspecting Lutin and Destroyer.
Below at I guess south,
two guys
well,
that
just
rush it
West Street,
and,
really, Southwest Street. getting shots out, getting calls, but still nobody going down in round number 2. Okay, in blue, making me a liar as I say that, finding Luton in the east, looking to get shots out on a destroyer.
Another one far east.
That early advantage in map control from OKM is going to hurt a lot in the long run. I'd like to see him moving around a little bit more and looking for some other angles, but he can catch destroyer. That's a big pick and might allow him for even the flank around.
Okay, does find destroyer. The destroyer continues to peek around the tank and gets caught out. P-Seller. Still very long shots with this AK-5C holographic setup. I cannot see that far. Good on you, Peace.
Okay, I'm looking for Peace Seller over
Maintenant, sur
there.
le top là, de
Just being
Hôtel
patient.
Central.
If Peace Seller moves there, you might have a shot.
Lines coming out
he's-
from OK.
Charlie, I'm flanking from
Yeah,
the east.
you saw OK's laser just
Yep.
inches away from Peace Sailor's head there.
Yep.
Now he's going for the flank and might actually catch a 2 or a 3 piece. Nobody's looking his way right now.
Shots out from Lardax as he is trying to move up. Does get caught by Chawi on center hotel roof. Okay, and Blue's still continuing to rotate. The last 2 remaining members of Nordique P-Seller finding Velu in the distance.
3 minutes 20 to work with on Nordique Tactique side.
Okay, and Blue's
And,
about to find Peace in the back.
Oh,
Let's see if I can get there. I didn't want to go off that line, and I get there just in time. Only downing P-Seller. P-Seller probably going to get this call out if he was quick enough.
he didn't quite finish that call out, but Pete just heard the gunshots and
Right.
knew about it. Anyway, he's in a pretty good spot. I'd be surprised if he got flanked too
Oh, Blue's
fast.
about to. Oh, Chawi. As Blue.
Doesn't matter.
No, it does not. As Blue was getting ready to find him, Chawi takes the kill. Vainqueurs taking round number 2, putting them up 3-0.
Poor guy was stuck between a rock and a hard place there.
Legitimately. But Vainqueurs, they're not slouches. Nordique Tactique neither, but Vainqueurs have clapped my booty cheeks quite a bit. They are a good, solid team, and seeing OKM Blue was a member of Siren Snails with VRML come out of MJ, and he's been a solid player himself. That's a good pickup for Vainqueurs if this is a new IVRL pickup for him. And he's been doing pretty good. I believe it was Chawi, I think, that went 10-0 in the first map, which is a heck of a map. But OKM Blue does get a couple of his own wherever he's at. Yeah, with the cap as well as 3 kills. But
Yeah, definitely. They're all great individual players, and they work
are.
really well as a team too.
They
So
are.
I'm interested to see what's going to come out of this season. I think they can. They're in their right to look at the higher placements this season.
yeah, very well. How are you feeling about Resin Mafia's IVRL status and what you may be able to do this season?
I mean, as usual, we're looking for the top, man. And no matter if we make it or not, that's what we'll be shooting for
Right.
until we do.
Somebody in tent in the other match asked me, who do you think's gonna, just screwing with me, who do you think's gonna win between your team and my team? I said, dude, if I come into this tent thinking that the other team's gonna win, I wouldn't have put the helmet on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I
But
like playing the game, just not that much.
yeah, right. But we are getting back into it. Let's see if Nordique can hold down the what do we got here? The helicopter building OBJ. This is a tough one to defend just because of all the same as that first OBJ, how easy it is to cap from inside a wall when nobody else can see you, unless they're just hanging out in the wood or hanging out in the woods, hanging out in the dark.
Oh no!
Two down.
This already starting as a 3v5. That's painful.
We have -2. We shouldn't be going for that long fight.
Blue and below starting to push up. B-Seller getting both below and blue. Looking to tie this up 3-3.
None of them confirmed though, so
No, it is
could be
not.
dangerous.
It is. Chawi getting close for the revive. And Destroyer can look out. Bolt Tower. Oh no. Chawi got the revive on below. Destroyer opts to go down to the bottom of the tower and not get these confirms on blue and below.
There we go, both revives out, but Chowie taken down in the process.
It is at a 3v3.5. Chawi gonna be able to give some call outs for the meantime. Doesn't seem to be that anybody would really want to just go for that revive just because there's so much open land to get to.
Shinobi
Or
is
not,
the best
Shinobi,
possible
sorry.
position to be down though.
Yeah, Shinobi. I was calling out Chawi.
He could have a player prone to him if he really wanted to be revived, but he has locations on 3 of their plays right now, and well, 2. But now it's a 2v2. Vayo should be looking for the revive there, and looks like he is.
There's so much action. It's hard to keep up with all these guys shooting it every single second.
Oh, this is dangerous. J2, air objective.
Destroyer.
Stop him.
Oh no!
Oh,
Destroyer
tower
has to
down.
push. Jay
He could be
Delicious
it.
is looking to take it. He can't take it.
Oh, J2's too slow.
Below saving Jay Delicious, but might take the last member of the defense. Wow! Jay Delicious!
Bayer just injures Destroyer so that J2 has time to make that cap happen.
Oh.
Absolutely unbelievable. I've never seen that before.
Shame a lot. Shame a lot. Am I right? Tab our news.
Oh.
Oh my
not-
goodness.
Oh. Bayer could have easily killed him there, but he only injured Destroyer and actually stopped shooting after. I'm guessing that wasn't completely an accident.
I have no idea.
It's amazing if he actually knew that he injured him and then he stopped shooting. It's some fantasy plays right there.
Yeah. I don't know. When they were pushing up on that corner and Jay Delicious backed away, I just in my head I'm thinking, okay, all those shots rung out throughout that map. You had to deal with getting revived. Maybe he forgot the code. And he obviously had it pretty quick. Maybe he did hear them coming up and he's like, okay, I need to push back and get the shots off. Below, really getting just suppressive fire, taking the first down. And then, like you said, if he was able to just put wounding shots on the defense, Vainqueurs should be a master level team. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've got that presence of mind in VR to be able to pull off something like that. Bella! Is that right?
We'll say it is.
I appreciate you, Kraft. Oh, man. But I'm glad you were able to at least hop in and watch this second map. This was fun. It was a wild map. Unfortunately, Nordique does have to deal with the idea that they're gonna have to watch this back and just figure out what went wrong. They had a few things go right, but unfortunately didn't work out for them tonight.
Yeah, there's a couple things to work with, but they look like with a little bit of polish they could be an upper mid-tier team right now from what I'm seeing. And I don't know, I've seen teams surprise me. In the VRML we sometimes see rankings go up really high really fast at the end of the season, and
Yep.
I think we'll be seeing that too here.
Yeah, 100%. They've got promise. They've just got to, like you said, polish it up and spit shine a little bit, and they'll be good as new. Vainqueurs, however, they're going to be patting themselves on the back for this one. They had a very good match, and probably just going to watch back and see what maybe they can also still improve on. Because if you're not learning, you're burning. You know what I mean? You gotta every single day. If you're not getting better, taking those steps, it's what's the point? You know?
Yeah, there are always details, and when you play against a team that's not necessarily of your caliber, you don't notice those details. But when you come to a team that it's a really close game, those details make or break a win. Those details are what end up winning you a game, and those are details that you can see on little cats like this. Even if there's not as much opposition as we'd like to see.
Yeah. But it is what it is. It was still a very fun and amusing match to watch tonight. A lot of good shots, a lot of good plays, and a lot of for me especially, I just like watching others to be able to see what they do in these scenarios, what they do, and it helps me learn, helps me figure out, okay, if I see this again or something, maybe I do it this way because this person had success doing it. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun to be able to get the third-person view of a first-person game.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It gives you so much more insight on the game, and that's why these teams rewatch this too. That's why they don't just bother watching their own POVs and stuff.
Yep.
They rewatch this because it's so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same even if you don't play in that match.
Right. The only time, when I watch back, I'll stream my POV, but I immediately go to the cache to watch it just because I've seen what I dealt with. And then if it comes down to, holy cow, that line was like that, I go back to see if I saw that or if I should have saw that. And I'm like, dude, you just gotta pay attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Definitely.
fun night, fun stuff. I'm glad you were here, and I'm glad everybody else was here for IVRL Season 1, Week 2, Nordique Tactique versus the Vainqueurs. Kraft, you want to shout anything out before we head out of here, brother?
I think you've got it all covered, man.
All right, cool deal. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Lambowski and Kraft Comic. We will be around for sure, and we'll see you soon. We're gonna hit the credits and roll on out.